Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive. Just want to show you what I'm doing today on this actually Porsche 964 engine. So we just finished putting on the actual just got to clean this out. So I just want to show you how clean it is. Before this was all black and dark, so I can tell someone has put the actual cam covers on and the actual timing chain cover, and didn't spend time cleaning all this off. See how clean it is now? It's very clean. Look at that side there, very clean. That have to be very, very clean before you do anything else. Alright, so the most important thing to do is clean this. So I took all this off, all these little dowels, or this one here, I took them all off. Make sure you check them, make sure they're not damaged. So I use a different screw. So use a screw like that to put it in the thread, and then wind the screw each thread to clean the thread out. Make sure they're not damaged. As you can see, that's the old one part, the little old caps here. You can reuse them, and the old nuts. The longer side has to go inside to the actual that side there. But if you get the new ones are like this now. You get the new ones, they're roughly the same. So the new one, this part here, that part there, the longer part. See that one there's a bit shorter. They're roughly the same anyway. So I'll just put that in. It doesn't really matter on the new one, but the older one was a bit better because they were longer. The thread was longer on one side, so that side has to go into the actual engine casing. Alright, so once you clean that, you got to make sure you got to actually clean the whole lot first, and then fit this after you clean all the threads using a bolt or using your special tool that you have, like a tap tool, whatever you got. Tap and die set, you can use that as well, or you can just use a bolt like me. Clean it all up, and you got to actually thread this in, and you got to use Loctite. A little bit of Loctite on the inner thread. It's recommended to use a Loctite 270, but if you don't have Loctite 270, you can use 270. You can use, but if not, you can use something lower than 270 or higher than 270. It's just because of the actual temperature. 270 is higher temperature. Alright, but the Loctite today is really good anyway, so put a little bit of Loctite, and then you gotta lock this into the actual by putting a nut in here, and just use your vice grip, little vice grip with rubber grip. Put a bit of rubber on the vice grip so you can grab the actual nut here, the actual the stud or the actual bolt here. Grab the use a rubber like I'll show you. Put some rubber inside here, bit of rubber on both sides so you don't damage it, and grab there, and you can just take the bolt off, the nut off once you do it up. But you've got to do this up to 7 Newton meters. 7 Newton meters, alright? And once you finish, you got to put some then once you put the cover on, put the new rubber on like this. Got the new one on, and I've got new seals as well. Here's the new seal. Let's put the new seal. If you're looking for the actual seal, there's the part number there for the seals. Rubber seals for the actual timing chain cover. Bolts, it goes through the bolt and goes through there. Alright, so once you put that in, you have to torque this up to actually 9 Newton meters, but I just torque it up to 10. Alright, 10 is good enough. So once you do that, and you gotta put a little bit sealant, some sealant, and you put a little bit of sealant around here as well. I'll show you what I use. Sealant. Well, I don't have that little bottle. I'm not sure where I put the little sealant bottle, but you can use. I'm gonna list it on the actual description, so if you're looking for that. And then torque it up, and you pretty much it. So torque. But while you're there, you make sure all these bolts are tight. That one there and that one there. Just go through all the bolts here as well. Make sure that's tight. Same as here as well. Make sure they're all tight. Sorry. Make sure they're all tight. Anything if you take everything apart, just double check your actual guides as well. Check the chain. Make sure it's tight. Make sure the tensioner is pushing down. Just things like that, little things. Alright, after this I'm going to do a video when I finish everything on this side here. I'm going to do a video of the actual EFI system, the switches, the injectors, what function they do, and what do they really feed back to the computer and things like that, of all the sensors. On the 964, if you look at the power steering pumps was here. The belt goes from there to here. This is the back of it. But we'll do more videos later on. Alright, thanks for watching and please subscribe.